Hello, Susie. Just setting up. How you doing?
Hello, Susie.
Where's Indy? Right now, hello Indy mate. Yeah, I'm good, Susie. Thanks. How you doing? How's the family? Indy's here. Yeah, I'm just checking out the line for the Queen. You know, massive line. I'll zoom out in a second and show you exactly where I am. I unmodded Susie. I have to add her again. Let me add her. Yeah, I played around with the mods. So some of you guys are not mods anymore. Some of you guys are mods. But anyway, don't worry about that. So before I get to the protest time, I thought I'd come and check out the line. I saw a video yesterday. Catwoman posted a video of a reaction of the line, and I thought, is that real? So I'm standing. Where am I standing? Well, yeah, I'll show you where I'm standing after a while. If everyone can smash the like button, so we can nudge the algorithms, get the story out that I'm going to be reporting on a protest today. There's going to be a few speakers there. David Icke is one of them. I saw the poster and I see David Icke's name there, and I thought, oh, this is going to get if you can, guys, please share the stream as well on your Telegrams, on your Instagrams, on your Facebooks, on your Twitters, on your Telegrams, on your YouTubes. Yeah, man. Apart from that, how is everyone doing? Put in the chat, how's everyone doing? And where are you watching from as well? Hello, London City Events. Yeah, I'm just here by the river, and that's the line. Can you guys see the line to see the Queen one last time? I was just wondering, does anybody know if it's an open casket or a closed casket? Yeah, I will zoom out now and show you exactly where I am. Yeah, so the line goes, I can't see anything. The line goes all the way down to Buckingham Palace. Not Buckingham, is it Buckingham? Where is she held right now? Buckingham Palace? Westminster. No, sorry. Just need to change a few more things, guys, on the YouTube, and then I'll be with you. Had to start a new live stream. Yeah. Hello, the Grim Reaper. Hello, DeWitt. Hello, everybody in the chat. I'm just setting up, and then we're gonna be headed down to the protest soon. I was just showing the line for you guys. Across the pond, across the river, is the line to see the Queen one last time. I'll zoom in again. Bit crappy, but. If you can see, there's a line of people all by the wall. You can see the line goes all the way down. Look at the line. Look, it goes all the way down. Jeez, it keeps going, keeps going, keeps going, keeps going all the way down to where those nice buildings. Let's zoom out. Yeah, you can see, guys.
Turn around, guys. Turn around. Here we go. One more.
Still got 25 minutes. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna let's start making a move and head towards the protest. I will leave the live stream on, however I'm gonna ride slower than usual. Make sure everything's safe. How's the sound, guys? How's the quality? Here we go. Hello, Jenny. Nice car. Bit loud. Right guys, we're heading to the protest now. David Icke will be speaking and a few others. See how smooth it is, guys, with the e-bike. I've been telling all of you, go get an electric bike. This bit is bumpy. Right guys, we're coming up to the Bank of England now, where the protest is going to start. There's going to be a few speeches, including David Icke. The speeches are going to be held outside the Bank of England. Yeah, so we'll be there in approximately 1 minute after these traffic lights. Here we go. The Bank of England is right in front. Don't even have to put in any work. The bike does it all for me. Maybe the first 1 second, and once you get going, half a cycle and the electric turns on. We've got flashing lights. We've got a crowd, so it must mean there's some protesters now ready. What is the time? We've got 15 minutes. England. Here we go, guys. That's this span from the bike. Let's take you off the bike, actually. Got a fairly big crowd. We haven't started yet. I think this is a good spot. The sun is out. The sun is. If you can, guys, share the stream, like the stream, and then put one in the chat. I think so. No. More people now. The new stream on the old stream. Is it still there, D-Wit? Hello, Max. Watching for putting the about where they're gonna be standing to speak. I'll be on the we've got the Guardians looking over everyone. So there'll be they're going to be doing some speaking here probably for about an hour, and then they're going to start marching. We're going to follow them along. I heard that there's a new route that has never been taken before with the protest lot, so this will be a first for me with the new route. Of electric field where everyone's gonna drop in. UK here reporting. Yeah, speaking England with the world affected everyone's lives. The music is stopped, which shade.
one of us, but that didn't work. What makes the group is the amazing outreachers who are here today. Also made lasting change by getting out in the community and saying those who say protests don't work. Give it up for that! You know, it's one of the things that works the most, like the civil rights movement, the women's rights movement, because we've got a long road ahead. So with people worldwide died. And we're here today to say, and it's been going on. So a lot of you haven't. But today, if I could find my voice, such a beautiful voice, what we've been focusing on with Outreach Worldwide and other groups, so big shout out to everybody who does Outreach. Something that we really need to make. I tried to say that I was a Nazi, we tried to say I was we called me Nazi and a fascist. And that is when I realised it's so easy to everyone who stood up for our children at Dragon Story Time. Stand tall and get if they tell me they're trans, but at the same time, I am because what happens when we start to I'm a 50-year-old man, but I'm asking every single one. What do? Do we stand up for truth? We been homeless before. I had my son when I was 16 years old, but I got through it with support. And I'm here to say that you are all special people. For the last 2 years, I've seen a lot of your amazing, beautiful faces. We have got a long way to go, but we just need to stand strong. And Outreach Worldwide, we really are passionate about protecting the children from poison vaccination, from the sexualisation. In 2010, I was lucky enough to go to university and get a human rights degree. I never used it after. I thought, this degree is pointless. Why have I done this? Why does that degree come in handy? All that knowledge. And I just want to say to you, defeated vaccine passports. We defeated vaccine mandates. We have got that to be. I thought I was going to die by the end of that campaign. Nationwide rally for freedom. So I just want to say, inside your soul, but also movement. So it's easy to believe conspiracy, yeah? But this is all self-funded by people who care. It is extremely expensive, and a lot of it comes out of a couple of kind donors and Fiona's own personal pocket at the Marshalls. So we're asking you guys, we know that you've got cash with you, because we're a movement that carries cash. So please, if you can all donate £1, we would
Sign
be
ladies
grateful.
blocking my
And
view.
we used to think, do you know what, we're not going to ask for money, there was a stigma attached to it, but we're broke, and that's just the reality of it. So please try and help, because this is a full-time job for some. They want us poor, sick, scared and dead. But Jesus Christ has not given us the spirit of fear. He has given us the spirit of a warrior. So keep on fighting, people. We love you. Thank you, Jessica.
Jesus Christ.
Jessica's been amazing. And we've worked together for a year now. The first time we worked together was in Trafalgar Square on the 24th of July, 2021. So it's like been a 1-year anniversary. Alright. Sorry guys, I get distracted. I don't speak properly, but I don't care. I'm just talking, it's like word comment. Anyway guys, yeah, thank you so much. As Jessica mentioned, we don't often raise money, but this costs money. And it costs money I paid out of my own pocket to put this on, and we're sending our message, all the people that are walking past and the people that we're going to see en route today, because we are marching after this say as well, obviously we're all aware that the Queen has passed away. I wondered what the reaction would be when I talk about it, because I don't want to be arrested for incitement. We are peaceful people. This is the message to the police. We are peaceful, but we have a right to freedom of speech. So you're allowed to have your opinion on the Queen. I'm not a royalist, but we're not out today to mix our message or to dilute it with any current affair, with any consequence, anything else that's going on in the world, because what we're doing and the message we're sending today is too damn important. These people that are guilty of crimes of humanity, on Ring Day, guys, when you're here, I want to make some noise. So we say, when will the truth come out? When we get the government out. When will the truth come out? When we get the government out. When will the truth come out? Brilliant, guys, thank you. So our next speaker is amazing. She's done a lot of work. She travels all over the country. She goes to tiny little villages and towns, and she's campaigning to keep in cash. Everybody welcome Debbie Hicks.
Big announcement, and he's here today in London.
And the financial centre of this country, perhaps of the world actually, I would say. Because what I want to talk to you about today is what they are trying to do with our money. Because I'm sure you're aware, and this is why I'm campaigning, they are trying to do away with cash in this country and lots of countries around the world. Lots of countries are piloting, as we speak, a central bank digital currency. Other countries have already started to roll
got another YouTuber.
In their community to save cash. And there are various ways that you as individuals can do this, but also as campaigners. Because I'm sure there's a
I can't even remember the last time I done.
If you're happy to get cash out
been well over
every day,
5 months.
stop using your debit and credit card. Stop using your phone apps. Get rid of those phone apps. Uninstall them. Do it today.
No, I haven't.
The second thing, this is where we have the power. You might throw
Add that to my collection. Add it to my collection.
I want you to talk to every person you know.
Say it once.
I want you to tell them why they must use cash, why they must get out of cash every day, why they must avoid those cashless businesses, boycott those cashless businesses. And ask them, contact trading is an activist technique. Tell them, if you agree with me after you've had a conversation, don't tell somebody else and ask them to do the same. Ask everybody to do that and it takes off from the ground. The next thing I'd like you to do in cash. Because if you do that, and it has not before, you have a lawful position that you're paying what you can afford. That's what the magistrate will look at. So can you please do that as well? Pay your bills in cash.
Did you hear that, guys? Pay your bills in
The
cash.
next thing, and this is probably the most important, because what I've learned the last 6 months from all my campaigning is that the way they're going to do this, they're not going to take cash out of circulation. They need cash. The people at the top need cash for some of their dirty dealings. They need it. And there is a caveat going through Parliament, a bill going through Parliament as we speak called the Financial Services and Markets Bill, and it has a caveat in that to keep cash. They're not going to get rid of cash, they're going to make it so hard for us to use it. That's what they're going to do. Do you know how they're going to do it? Biometrics. This is how they're going to do it. They're going to force you to pay for your shopping and services with your face. But you know what you're going to do? You're not going to do it. Boycott those tills. Don't go up to those tills. Tell everybody to stop using those tills. Go up to a till with a human being and use cash. If you can get everybody doing that, their plans are going to fall flat. So this is how with your walls, with leaflets, with street stalls, and campaign to keep cash. Try and do that in all your towns. Organise a boycott campaign. Pick a business that's gone cashless. Target them. Try to ask the customer to avoid them. Make that part of your campaign. And boycott campaigns do work. Those of you old enough to remember the boycott of South Africa under apartheid will know that eventually those boycotts work. So they do work. And it's very effective if you choose a small or medium-sized business to start with that's going to really feel it if you boycott them, because they'll give in much more easily. And then if they give in, we can work our way up to the big ones. So that's the way to do it. Final thing that I'd like you to do, if you're running a campaign in your town or your city centre, is go and talk to the businesses that are going cashless. Talk to them. Why are you going cashless? Explain to them there are ways to run a business where you still use cash without being penalised. There are bank accounts still that they can use that are cash friendly. So finally, I'd just like to say to you why this is so important. What kind of music
require contraception, and there will be no future.
Where you've eaten too much meat this week. Do you want a future where your children will be forced to be transhuman, part machine, part AI,
Yes.
part technology?
I don't mind.
Do you want a future where you can't leave your houses, where you can only go a few miles radius of your house?
No, I don't want that.
Do you want a future where you can't hug and love your children and your grandchildren and they can't do that to you? This is not the future we're going to have. We are going to have a future of love. We're going to have a future where you hug your children, you hug your grandchildren, where they have a right to go to work, where they have a right to travel, where they have a right to eat what they want to, meet who they want to, get married, rights of passage. They have a right to all of that, and we are going to make sure that they have it. So get out there and fight to save cash. No to digital slavery. No. Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Massive round of applause for Debbie Hicks. Okay, we have a living legend that's going to speak next, and I know you've probably heard him speak before, but this man has been right about
Legend.
almost everything that's been happening to us, and has been predicting everything basically for the last 30 years. He's been demonised, villainized, and defamed in the media. This guy is not a conspiracy theorist, he's a psychic. David Icke!
Well, bloody well. How appropriate, how apt that we should stand here today next to the Bank of England in one of
Got
the
David Icke, guys.
bellies of the beast, the City of London Financial District, the Square Mile. And how apt too that we gather here today in this belly of and exalt a very symbol of their oppression and enslavement. And that's what I want to emphasize today. Where all this is actually coming from, where COVID came from, the jab came from, human-caused global warming nonsense has come from, the Ukraine narrative, and now the eulogization by so many millions of a royal family that is the head of state only because of who had sex with who within one family. It is nonsensical. It is an expression of the very hierarchy so run from places like this that has held humanity in servitude for known human history. Of course, the demonic faces on these banners must face justice for their mega crimes against humanity. And we must not rest until they do so. Hancock, Whitty, and all of them. Yes, Midazolam Matt Hancock, still at large, a man who oversaw the mass murder of the elderly in the spring of 2020 with an end-of-life drug called Midazolam, who then called it the first wave of COVID, when it was the first wave of democide, murder, mass murder by the state. Hancock, Whitty, Valance, Javid, Johnson, Van Tam, yes, they must face the consequences for their actions, but it goes much bigger than them. They are the architects that hides in the shadows in places like this, the Square Mile, run by secret societies of pure, bloody evil. And I say this to the police forces of the same extremists that you have stood by and continue to stand by while your fellow humans are murdered, and not that. From justice, the very people who are doing the murdering, while at the time your moral courage and the awareness to challenge the murder and expose the murder. You for their part in this, but we must not lose sight of where it's coming from, because the plan is to create the unfolding catastrophe for humanity that's happening all over the world, and this winter we see nothing yet with the energy prices, when people on fixed incomes and no incomes will have to choose between food and warmth. I wonder if Charlie Boy will be doing that. So the idea, as it started with lockdown and continues now with the destruction of the economy through the massive increase in energy and fuel, the idea is for people, individuals, dismantled our lives and our ability to put food on the table in our home rations, its banks, yes, and its politicians. Best that governments have made of your lives. We are just those same people from the background the world over, the history over, you see the evidence, the same methodology of those days. Eliminate the low ground by fighting on it. By building something better and refusing to cooperate with anything else. Because the power of the word is the word that has ended every tyranny in history, and ultimately it will end this.
No.
Imposed upon by a few. We that operate out of places like the City of London. Their power, the power of the few, is simply the acquiescence to their diktats by the many. How can 8 billion people be controlled by a this tyranny will end. The calculator, put in 8 billion, take away the number in full knowledge who are imposing this, and there's your bloody solution. What it takes is just let's look our children and grandchildren in the eye and tell them that we're too frightened to stand up to this tyranny. Tell them we can't be this is the time for humanity to take responsibility to history who have handed out power to the few, which is why throughout human history the few have always controlled the many. To worship their oppression. Let the mantra of the awake people, those that can see and their number is growing all the time, be no, no, no. We will no longer. We cannot be enslaved. This is the time to change human history. It will be impossible for it to maintain its power. Thank you very much.
It's quite sorrowful, all the stories we hear about the vaccine victims. Again, this is the crimes these people are guilty of. Sorry. Doesn't he help people and save lives? I'm so sorry. I usually swear. I'm usually using the C word all the time. I'm sorry. But trying to speak a story. So please, everyone, make some noise for Shark Ryan.
Following the state-inflicted trauma, myself and an ever-growing number of the bereaved and injured realised we had been abandoned by those who had been placed in a position of responsibility to support and protect us. We do it. Together, we formed the campaign VIB UK, which stands for Vaccine and Bereaved UK. And what a large and love of those around me as I am offered of working to raise awareness of what was done to Stephen and the many others who have been harmed. I was finally given a platform by mainstream media to tell my story. I must stress, I'm not media trained. I'm just an ordinary person that has had their life torn apart by the deceit of a pharmaceutical company. The interview was a big I realised how easily a message can be communicated.
Oh my God, hello.
During that interview,
You have a 420.
which my question is truthful, but really, how would I know what he would have done? How would anyone know except him? People would is that he was
and her story is so heartbreaking, and there's so many, hundreds of thousands that we know for sure, millions and millions across the world. And people that have taken this jab, most of them are doing it because they think they're doing the right thing. They think they're doing this to save humanity. But we're doing what we're doing to save humanity.
You might be right there, D-Whip.
So you guys here today, so I want to thank you all for coming. I get fucking emotional again, sorry.
Right guys, I think that's it. The speeches are over. I think they're gonna start marching now.
Since I've been doing this, it's the first rally that we organised in Trafalgar Square in August 2020. I worked with Piers Gorman and his team and a collection of people. And I don't know if you guys have done it, make some noise if you've been out since then. These marshals worked so hard to do it for nothing, and loads of people, all you guys, Wilson, Resistance GB, all the independent media, give a round of applause. Rad travelled all over the place. I don't know if you guys know Rad, but he travelled all over Europe, filming rallies all over. So round of applause for Rad, please. Anyway guys, I wanted to say on a personal note, you've probably seen the police that we've got here today. You've seen the City of London police, and they haven't been too bad really. And I just want to clarify something, because we've always had a few shit stirrers and people that want to come along to a rally, maybe cause some trouble, whether it's agitating or trying to hijack. I've never, ever, ever, ever done a risk assessment for any rally. Not only that, everything that I have done, I do it because I care about everyone. I care about everyone's children, and we're doing this for our children's children. And the reason I take some of the risks I take, is because I don't have children. So I can spend 3 days in a police cell. I don't give a shit. And I will say, I'm going to give I've forgotten his name now. I'm not going back. Arrested and held for 3 days because I paid bond number 10. And we did that. I say we, I did it with you. It was me on my own. No one else did it. I literally was caught red-handed. Some of them popped and I paid all down my arms. But we paid bond. I paid bond peacefully. And I was held and I was convicted of criminal damage. And if you go down to number 10, you'll still see the paint there on the gates now. And we did that to show that the government have blood on their hands. And we're doing the same thing today. You can see that we're wearing words. We've got some snazzy hats. And the effort that we made to buy this is meant to be addressed, by the way, but I'm too fat for it. You can see us, we're wearing red, and now that's because obviously Crimes Against Humanity, you can see the posters we've made to show the government does have blood on their hands, but also we have a Canadian guest. And Chris Sky, who's come all the way from Canada, he's doing a bit of a tour, he's amazing, and he will be speaking soon. Now I'm going to wrap myself up because I'm talking too long. You are going to be marching, guys. I want everyone to make some noise on this rally, right? We've got a message to send. I also want to give a shout out to British Lions for Freedom, Damon and his team. Damon's out constantly. He's always giving out the light paper. He's giving out leaflets and flyers. We've got Helen and Claire dedicated as well. Massive, huge, we love you. He says we. Damon doesn't like praise. And the yellow boards, of course. Thanks, guys. Anyway, on the plinth there, you'll see the statue with the horse and the man on it. I don't know who that is. Oh, good. I don't care. There's newspapers there, the light paper and leaflets, guys. So if you can take some on your way, because we're going to be doing a little bit of outreach on this march, because this is about reaching the people as well. Anyway, the next speaker we have is a guy who's an expert on the land in which you're standing right now. And I don't know if people know, but the square mile is like Vatican City. They've got their own rules, their own police, their own taxes, their own everything. So Terry Calladine, please come to the stage. We love you, Terry.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, now let's get out of the shade in there. Actually, it's freezing in there in the shade. Now, the building we're right next to here, the Bank of England building, it was privatised in 1694, and that's when the rot started for nation states. Because if you're not in control of your treasury or your money, your household, they're controlling you, and that's what's happening around the world. So since 1694, that's when the rot started, when King William of Orange sold the Bank of England to privateers, to banksters. So they also sold the area we're in now. The 1.2 square mile city of London is a private entity. It's got its own sovereignty. It's not part of the United Kingdom. So this 1.2 square mile, which is governed by a council of 12 and the City of London mayor, but they represent the top 13 families around the world. But you know, and the scenario is, in here as well, the 1.2 square mile, not only do they control the banking around the world, every country except the 3 nations, so they're controlling countries around the world, except for 3 nations. They're also controlling the judiciary around the world, which is why all the court cases are taking place around the world. The 4 Grand Temple, which is Inner Temple, Middle Temple, Gray's Inn and Lincoln's Inn, they're controlling the bar association around the world. It's a private club. It's not a corporation, a private club. And they're controlling even the franchise, the bar association, franchise, even to the military might of America. So they're controlling it, the judiciary, they're controlling the banking system. Now, you police that's on the periphery out there and over here, let me say to you, because many of you think you're working, yes, for the Crown, but the Crown is not the Crown you think it is. The Crown, you're working, you believe for, it's correct what is marriage legislation, which is legal but not lawful. Now, that maritime law is not the law of the land, it's piracy, it's the law of the sea, and it was created here in the 1.2 square mile city of London at the 4 Inns of Court. Now, I'm speaking to you officers in the periphery over there because this is so important, because you're, i.e. the 48 chief constables, I know many of you think there's only 43 constabularies, but it's actually 48 when you include nuclear, Westminster, police, etc. So the 4 chief constables that you're taking orders from, and the superintendents, they know what is happening here and around the world. All the documents have been given to these chief constables for the past 2 years. They've been given the documents. They're complicit with these crimes. Now, even they've been given, Met Police was given them again about 4 months ago, and they said they would do something. They've done nothing because the 48 chief constables do not work for you. They're not working for the country. They are controlled by the City of London, the 13 families, and the 300 shareholders, the Committee of 300. And that Committee of 300, those 13 people, goes back generations, hundreds of years. So the next head of family takes over. Now they're controlling nation states. What is happening is completely insane. If they're controlling the judiciary and the money supply around the world, which yes, they now wanted to turn into a central bank digital currency. I know you people out here know but there's people listening on live stream, and these officers may not know. But when that central bank digital currency comes in, it is programmable. They can completely control. So if they put a lockdown on again, you can't get any money if you're 1 mile away from your house. If they don't want you to shop in certain shops, it isn't going to work. And what they're also doing now, the reason everything's inflation's gone through the roof is because they've orchestrated it. Saying during the lockdowns in 2020, it was to bankrupt every small and medium business, because these 300 shareholders and the City of London, they own all the big multinationals. They want to completely take over. So what they're doing right now is they're resuming that takeover. They want to bankrupt every small and medium business, and they're doing that now with the fuel. Because restaurants and all they can't absorb a 5, 6, 7, 800% increase in their fuel. Now, the reason they've done this as well, the way they've got away with it, the past 2.5 years, they've been limiting the leases on the drill rigs, for the gas and oil drill rigs, to keep supply down, to keep gas and oil supply down. Pushes the prices up. That's how it's been done. Now, we've had some successes with some of the judges in America, especially one state in particular. I don't want to state where it is. He's a target anyway by these people, because they don't want to, especially the Royal Courts of Justice, or should I say injustice, because no justice is going to happen there. They're all controlled. They are all controlled by the Bar Association, because they get their license around the world. Every barrister, every attorney will get their license to operate from here at the Forensic Court at Crown Temple. So, if you're controlling the judiciary, then yes, as I say, we've had some successes in America by some brave judges standing out to them. In fact, recently, he put a writ against Biden because they're doing the same over there, same as they're doing here, i.e. to release the leases for the drilling rigs to increase supply. Because not only do they want to bankrupt those medium and small businesses, they also want to bankrupt individual households. It's just a resumption of what's been happening in 2020. Now, I'll speak to these police again on the periphery, because like I say, you're supposed to represent the people. I know we've got City of London police here, we've got some Metropolitan police over here, but you are supposed to work for the people. If you're getting orders from your chief constables and superintendents that are unlawful, you have to reject it. It's your family. It's your families that will also suffer with this. Now, the documents that were given to Met Police twice over the past year and a half, they've gone through and they've sat on it for 2 months, and they've just released it without doing anything. Because, as I said to you, your superiors, they haven't been chosen. Your chiefs and your superintendents and your chief constables, they haven't been chosen for integrity and honesty and good at their job. They've been chosen because they've agreed to do whatever they're asked to do. Now, these documents have been from virologists, top virologists all around the world, and scientists, that what is happening now, this is a bioweapon. And there's contents in there that's never been released. In fact, even the things we do know about now, because Pfizer released some of the papers regarding the contents of their vials. Now, they was forced to, they had to go to a judge to force them to release these documents. They've been releasing them every so many months, every month. But in their 3-month trial, this is just Pfizer by the way, in their 3-month trial before they pushed these jabs on the public, 1,223 died from them jabs. It's just the Pfizer trial within those 3-month period. Now, if you relate that over a 12-month period, That is a 12% death mortality, these actual jabs. Do you not realise what is taking place here? The people, like the 300 shareholders and the Crown Corporate City of London, they've been saying for decades they want mass depopulation. There's too many people on the planet. Under 1 billion. So somewhere between 500 million and 1 billion. That's what's taking place. It's depopulation. Now, if you were to look at the documents of the COVID-19, Public Health England, look it up. I'm talking to people on the live stream here. I know you people know it. But the Public Health England, it's not on Public Health England, it will tell you it's been on there since the 19th of March 2020, 4 days before they shut the country down. It will tell you on that Public Health document that COVID-19 is not an icon infectious disease. Low mortality, it's on par with sense. They cannot get on the mainstream media because the 300 shareholders, City of London, they own the mainstream media. It's all propaganda. Now, look, we will defeat them. They're not going to get away with it. We will defeat them. But please, brothers and sisters, you have to keep giving. You can't flood with somebody, but you have to keep speaking. I speak to a lot of people all the time. I just give them a little bit. Don't flood them. But it's the only reason they're getting away with this is because so many people are unaware of what is happening. They listen to the slime stream media that they own that's giving them nothing but propaganda. Tell them the only mainstream in this country that will give you anything at all is GB News on Freeview channel 326 and UK Pollen that operate 3 days a week. Tell them where to find some information. Tell them where to actually find some information about the fraud that's taking place. Because most people think this is too big to be a fraud, there's too many people involved. But every NHS trust manager knows what's happening. Again, same as the chief constables. I like the word gopher that David uses, but the word gopher is perfect. Because that's what they are, gophers. The only reason they're also getting away with this, apart from the mainstream media, they have all their gophers in place. And that's the same all over the world. The public sector is taken over by the heads. They've been chosen not by integrity, but because they agreed to do what they're told. Every NHS trust manager knows what's happening. The CEO of every council in the UK knows what's happening. They've all been given documents. We've given them the documents. They know what's happening. They've been chosen. They are complicit with this. Now, they think that they and their families are going to survive this. But if they get away with this, they're all going to fall. So they're actually complicit with their own demise. I was given a time limit there, I wasn't really sure. I don't want to bore you people. And I know I'm saying many things that you here know. But the people that's listening on the live stream, they don't know a lot of this. They simply don't. But the fraud that's taking place is completely off the scale. Now, as I said before, we will win this, but we have to keep fighting back. Fighting back. Keep giving people information. Keep giving it them. Many more people now have awakened to what is taking place. Now, as regards to the military and the police, I mean, I don't know, it really is so difficult because they seem to be vacant when you say anything to them.
Hello, David Hurd. Hello, Spiky.
But, you know, if they don't wake up themselves, their families are going to suffer as well. The MHRA, for instance, even the regulators, i.e. the MHRA, the JCVI, they're not independent, they're private corporations. They are, the MHRA, for instance, June Rain, she's complicit with these crimes. They've been giving these jabs to children when they know this COVID-19, which is on par with the seasonal flu, would never affect the children. But jabs are killing them now. They've been killing them since they gave the jabs out to them. But this June Rain doesn't care, she's complicit with the crimes. But the MHRA, they're receiving money, the majority of their funds comes from the Bill and Melinda Gates organisation. Now you all know that Bill Gates, he's got shares in all these vaccine companies. He's even bragged a year ago that getting into pharma was the best decision he ever made. And he even said he's increased his wealth by 20%, 200 times, 20% higher his wealth when he went into vaccines. But he knows, and he's a eugenist. Bill Gates is a eugenist. They want depopulation. The Wellcome Trusts are run by eugenists. They all want depopulation. We are taking their resources, is what they say all the time. This is about bringing down humanity. And right now, yes, they want to bankrupt every household, every small and medium business. So what it's going to be is, now if you listen to the World Economic Forum, I'll say to you police on the periphery again, take a look at what they're saying on the World Economic Forum. When all these, what you think are leaders of countries, nations, they're not leaders, they are puppets. Boris Johnson, all of them go over to Davos every year, they get their orders, and they all came back last year, 2021 and 2020, saying this is the Great Reset. The Great Reset. Are you going to tear everything down? And what they're also saying is, like the Communist Chinese system, well, they love China, the Communist Chinese system, they think it's great, where everybody's controlled, and they get a basic income over there. They are pushing up, like they even state in the World Economic Forum and the UN, they're going to push that basic income here. So they're taking all jobs away, and you'll get a basic income. But that basic income will come at a price. That basic income will be, well, okay, yes, you can have some money for food, here, but you've got to take your medicine. Because they want us gone. So that medicine is going to be the bioweapon. Now, when I say bioweapon, because they're not vaccines, that's what these jabs are. The scientists and biologists, the top biologists around the world have stated, this is a killer. They are bioweapons, they're not vaccines. And they bang them out in 3 months. The animals they tested them on died. All the animals died, so they stopped the animal tests. But they know how dangerous these are. But that is the idea. That's why they manufactured COVID-19 in a lab. They manufactured in a lab by using gain-of-function research, i.e. Tony Fauci, Peter Daszak, Ralph Barrick, but they're only working, they're just gophers again for the City of London and 300 shareholders. They are the main players that are doing this. And I know they're going to be looking at me, marking me now, because we're going to have, look, MI6 intelligence run their operations around the world for what we call I'm not going to use the word elite, because these people are not elite. They're a bunch of sociopaths, megalomaniacs. So anyway, folks, I hope I haven't bored you here, and I know a lot of you know all of this, but the people listening in, they don't know. So stop, anybody out there listening in that don't know what's happening, switch your TV and radios and newspapers off. They own the media. It's all propaganda. They're lying to you all the time. The old public sector, not just here, but in the countries around the world, they've got their gophers at the head of all the top of the departments. And they don't care. They don't care. They've got a goal, and they're sticking to that goal. They're not going to stop this. We have to stop them by stop being compliant. Do not, as the young lady said earlier, do not download these apps. Don't take that ID system. Completely block it and tell people what it is. It's a slave system. Do not join the slave. We are free people. They can't do this. And i.e. Westminster Parliament. They don't work for us. They have even their remembrancer that sits in Parliament behind the Speaker. He's unelected, he represents the City of London. Nothing will go for our Parliament without being okayed by him first, which is why he sits next to the Speaker, to close anything down that he doesn't like. He represents the 13 top families here in this 1.2 square mile City of London and the further 300 shareholders, which goes back ancient a long time. But these people, they've got no empathy. If people think that people couldn't do anything as evil as this, these people are not normal people. They are sociopaths. And when those 300 members are members of the Committee of 300. When one of them dies, they take another one from their members of their family. But they're not going to have somebody who has morals or a Christian nature. They want somebody that will agree to, to go along with what is happening. They have to be sociopaths. So they use psychology. They've used psychology all the way through this since 2020. Most people out there are still walking, even some people now, they're walking around with masks on because they don't know. Don't laugh at these people. People don't try and help them. They use a military-grade psychology on them, and they believe this is dangerous. Try and help them. Just give them a little bit. Don't neglect them. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening. And you know what? I should really make point, but I always remember something else that I wanted to say. Friends, don't hold back. Do not hold back. Do not hold back on speaking to people, but do not flood them. Just give them a little bit, tell them where to find the information, and let them do some digging. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you very much, Francesca. What do we say? We say resist! Defy! Dare not comply! I can't stop you right now. Yes, we can do it 3 times a year. Now, usually when I go to these rallies around the country, like Bournemouth, I say that, Bournemouth did, Birmingham, I say that, Birmingham did, but when I'm here, we do not say let the bank live. We say let the bank die. And we're going to sweep away the bank and all its hirelings. Now when we began these campaigns, May 2020, remember some of us stood in Hyde Park and we warned Bill Gates wants to vaccinate the world. We were told this is a mad conspiracy theory. Now we know yesterday's conspiracy theory is today's truth. And what we've done since then proves the necessity to stand up and fight. And at this point, I want to specifically thank Fiona for getting this together and all her team, because she's done a fantastic job against all odds. And one of the biggest lessons we have to learn about the current situation is that we have been told the truth about our politicians. And as David points out, there's a reason for that. Because they want we think the climate guide. The climate guide. And they do have, of course, a new charter, which even Prince Charles has got involved in. But we know where the charter came from. It's called the Terra Charter. And it's a zero carbon charter, which means zero rights. We say that the Magna Carta is yes and the Terra Carta is no. And all those people who conspire with the World Economic Forum to impose it must be swept aside as well. And that includes all our politicians and the fake Labour left who have just joined up along with my brother with the Just Stop Oil mad people. And some of them, they oppose Keir Starmer, but they're more Starmer than Starmer. They talk about zero COVID. What does zero COVID mean? Zero COVID is fascism! Just look at South Korea. People marching around like zombies with masks on, jab, double jab, triple jab, completely no independent thinking even. That is what they want for us, and the Terra Carta, that is what it is about. So we say, no. And we say, we have to unite all the movement around the country to resist all the legs of the New World Tyranny. We see them.
My chat has froze, guys, so the moderators need to look after the chat.
Just as a fact on the virus con, we have the virus con, we have the climate con, we have the war con, we have the jabs programs, we have 5G, and we have digital ID. And just be clear about 2 points on the climate con. You've got to convince all your friends that it is another pack of lies. One fact, over 20,000 years of data shows that world CO2 levels follow temperature changes, not the other way around. And they also demand, they believe, or they say, that heat under extra CO2 moves from the cold upper atmosphere to the warm down below. This is against all thermodynamics, it's utter bollocks, and if you want to save on your electricity bill, fill your cup with water, sit in front of it and hope it boils. That would save you a bill. That is their theory. It is utter nonsense, and we have to debate it, but they don't want to debate it. So I say to you, everywhere you are, press the front leg left to debate, press the movement to debate, press for debate in your communities. You have to debate, and that will bring out the truth. Okay. Now, we won't go into the 6 legs, all of them, but just one key point to understand. Follows on from what people have said. The death rate in the United Kingdom now, post-jabbing, has gone up 10%. 10% over the normal. Absolutely significant. And the rate of miscarriages in pregnant women has gone up 14%. Add those together, we've got 24% cuts happening in our numbers all the time. That is what it is about. It is about world depopulation and total control. And what do we say? We say no, no, no. And to end, I want to ask each of you the question. What are you going to do in your area to stop the next lockdown? Because there will be one. There will be some climate, some energy lockdown, some crisis where they're going to bring in special powers and measures from the World Economic Forum. What have we got to do? You've got to be ready. You've got to be ready to take over. What are we going to do? We're going to take to the streets. 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 Right. Now, we go round, I go round the country a lot, as do other people. We've got some leaflets on the tables there, everywhere. I suggest, please, take leaflets. Bill, in every area resistance to be ready for the next lockdown and attack. Build a stay open unions. Do propaganda, not go everywhere. Keep cash, keep cash, keep cash. And to summarise it all, it is on the t-shirt and you can check 3 times this time. Resist! Defy! Do not comply! Resist! Defy! Do not comply!
Resist, defy, do not comply.
Right guys, now you know that there's some grumblings that we're even having a rally during the 10-day mourning period for the Queen. And I don't know if you mentioned Charlie earlier on, I think it was David Icke actually. We all know that the royals are part of this problem as well, but we're not here to counter-protest anything, we're not here to interfere with ceremony. We are here peacefully. But sometimes, and a friend said this to me, that when there's the most pressure not to have a rally, that's when we need to have these freedom rallies. So again, thank you all for coming out. We're going to wrap up soon. We've got one last speaker, the man that many of you have come to see, before we get marching and take this to the streets. So he's come all the way from Canada, and he's
for that as well. Everybody here deserves your love and respect. And they're not wrong. Our words are the strongest weapon we have. The powers that be are more worried about me with this microphone than they are with AK-47. I'll tell you that. And there's a reason for this. Words have power. Words convey truth. And truth not only people's minds and perspectives, but their actions. You guys need to be deprogrammed a little bit.
Stay and listen.
I don't believe anything happens by accident or by coincidence. So, the death of your monarchy, the Queen, coinciding with us talking today, was not an accident in my opinion. I think it was a reality check that you all needed to hear. And you're not going to pretty much predict what I'm going to say here, but what I am going to mention is, do you honestly believe that the life of that one monarch was worth more than the millions and millions of people who perished the last couple of years due to government policy? I've used in all of my speeches that the truth hits the heart chakra, and that resonates with people. That's why I've been able to connect and resonate with people of all ethnicities, all religions, all languages, all upbringings, all around the world, because I speak the truth. So if I came up here and said, oh, the Queen's life is more important than all the rest of you, it wouldn't sit well with you, because you know it's wrong. So what are they trying to convey by showing this false importance? That she matters. And by default, that means you don't. And that's what we got to change in England.
The first thing we need to do to get you on the path of resistance, on the path of freedom, is to let you know that each and every single one of you matter. Number one, that's my queen. That's your queen. That's your princess. That's your king. Every one of you has a responsibility to your own personal families. You do not need a royal title before you start to matter. You just need to be a human being. Thank you. And now that you hopefully understand that, you can understand the importance of each and every one of us really doing our part. And what can we do? That's what everybody asks. What can we do against such a behemoth? It's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. I can't make it much more simple than this. I'm literally wearing the words on me. I have been screaming them for 2.5 years. I've been utilizing the most powerful word in the English language. And that word is no. No. It's that simple. You just say no. Watch. Hey, put a mask on. No. Hey, take this experimental gene therapy injection. No. Hey, close down your business because we said so. No. Hey, why don't you let us inject your children? No. Why don't you take a shot every 3 or 4 months? No. See how easy that was? And when we get enough people coming together like we have today, and we get a whole bunch of people...
Alright, here we go, the chat is back.
Just say no. We call that united non-compliance. And I broke it, thank you. And I broke that down into 3 phases for the world. And for the last 2.5 years, it's been a very tough journey to try to see the world through those phases. In fact, I've been arrested 20 times. 20 times in the last 25 months. As you know, I was a prisoner in Canada, to be able to leave, but we also know the very first place I came when I was able to leave was right here. I've never felt more welcome than anywhere in my life. But the first phase of United Non-Compliance was the global awakening. And that was taken care of by a majority of freedom fighters that chose to speak out, chose to use words as weapons and that is United Non-Compliance Phase 1. Getting that through people's heads. And that happened a long time ago, so we're way past that. We're well into Phase 2, taking action. And you see, we've been taking action all around the world. In fact, we're on tour right now all around the world. Hell, I did a rap song and a music video yesterday just to try to get the word out around the world. There's lawsuits. And what's going on? We're seeing resignations like Boris Johnson. We're seeing people in the health departments resigning because they know what's coming next. They know what they're going to be made examples of. We need to keep the momentum going to get us into Phase 3 of United Non-Compliance. And that's holding these people accountable. And we can talk all day long about who's responsible and why. But the reality is, it's irrelevant. It comes down to you, ladies and gentlemen. Each and every one of you has the choice to comply or not. And the vast majority chose to comply over the last few years. They were told comply, that's how you're going to get through this. Wear the mask for a little while, take the 2 jabs, and everything will go back to normal. And I tried to tell them, United Non-Compliance is the only way. The more you comply, the more you're going to get. 2.5 years later, we're 5 jabs deep. People are getting ready to put the mask back on. We're nowhere closer to freedom, but we're a lot closer to digital ID. We're a lot closer to universal basic income, and we're a lot closer to a technocratic tyranny like nothing we've ever witnessed in our lives. Now, don't fret. We are alive at the most important time in human history. And we all are blessed for that. And we all have choices to make. The number one thing I've heard from people in the last 2 years, I didn't have a choice. I have to do it for work. I have to do it to go see my family. No, you did have a choice. Nobody put a gun to your head and said, take this jab or your next breath is your last. That's when you don't have a choice. Everybody that chose decided to choose the path of least resistance. They decided to go against what they knew was right. They took the easy way out. And I'm allowed to give you shit for that, because for the last 2.5 months, I've literally gone to jail dozens of times for repeatedly just doing the right thing. I haven't actually committed any crimes. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a bad person. But I'm somebody that needs to be locked up and thrown away because my ideas, the truth, is too dangerous. And you can't argue with somebody who's telling the truth, can ya? The more you try, the more you get exposed to the lies. So what do? You either lock them up, you kill them, or you make them look crazy so no one will listen to them. Well, it takes about 30 seconds to realize I'm not crazy. And it's pretty hard to lock somebody up for no reason over and over. And I think if they killed me, it'd probably have the worst effect. So I guess they're stuck with it. And a lot of people think this is over. A lot of people got complacent because they got to take the mask off and they got to travel. And I told them it would happen that way. Why? We had a little something called the trucker convoy in Canada. Now to understand why that was so effective, we have to understand their methods. They started out with coercion. They were the nice guys. They were there to save us from the evil pandemic. We were all going to die, but now they had this wonderful solution, an experimental gene therapy injection. They illegally call the vaccine to give themselves no liability. But yes, they said that would be the solution. We knew that was not the case. But they lied. And they got people to go along with it. They gave you ice cream cones, Krispy Kreme donuts, lottery tickets. I even saw them giving away a pickup truck for someone willing to take the jab or you can't travel. Take the jab or you can't work. Take the jab or you can't go to a restaurant. In Justin Trudeau's Canada, it was take the jab or you're a misogynist, racist, and a terrorist. Even you women. And that was the reality. So finally, at that point, the people of Canada said, hey, maybe that Chris Sky guy, oh, he looks pretty damn crazy. Maybe he wasn't that crazy after all. And all and the trucker convoy was so successful. Trudeau had to do something that's never been done in Canadian history. He had to vote the measure. Closed down private companies, arrested hundreds of people, etc., under the guise of protecting freedom. So now he's getting a public emergency order condition against him being investigated. Because Canadians are willing to stand. I'm actually going to testify in that position, because I was down there. And I can tell you firsthand that that was the most peaceful and loving protest I have ever seen. They were literally sweeping the streets so people could play ice hockey, and they were serving food to the homeless. And I've never seen Ottawa so safe and so clean, and there was over 2 million people there. It was absolutely incredible to see. That was united non-compliance on a grand scale. And it resulted in subsequent movements all around the world. The Netherlands is having their convoys right now bearing Canadian flags and waiting for me to show up on October 2nd. I was inspired by you guys, I'll be honest. We might be leading the way across the pond, but you guys have been leading the way in Europe, I'll give you that. Even though I've seen the city of London decline, the last time I've been here, I've seen that with every Canadian American city, thanks to government restrictions. Not COVID, by the way. You guys have been resilient, you guys have been standing strong. Hell, I was allowed to come here without a test, a jab, a mask, a vax, etc. So it shows that we have made headway. It that simple. We have the power. But they're trying to change that. The digital identity, the universal basic income, the biometric surveillance state changes all that. It changes each and every one of us from an individual with a little bit of power, and it transforms us into a blip on the screen where they can flick a switch, and easier than getting rid of a fly, done. And that's what we're fighting against. That's why I'm touring around the world to spread awareness, to provide people with the education, inspiration. They need to stand up and do the right thing. That is all it takes for this nightmare to be over. When enough people decide to do the right thing. And every single one of us has the power to inspire. I was at an event last night, United Artists for Freedom, and they had people doing satire, doing comedy, doing performances, doing poetry, sharing life experiences. Every aspect of the spoken word, every type of our weapons, and every single one of them is just as important as everyone else. Because all around the world, I get asked the same question. How do you wake someone up? What wakes them up? And that's the $1 million question. And the answer is, everybody has a different trigger. It's that simple. It might be for you when you got fired from your job for not taking the jab. It might have been for you when your son died of myocarditis from the jab. It might have been for you when you realized the mask did nothing, etc. But that's why every medium, every performance, everybody who uses their voice to speak out in any way is vital. You are the most important people alive. They want you to feel like you are helpless, you are hopeless, you are alone, and that your voice and your art means nothing. And it couldn't be further from the truth. You are the most important people on the face of the earth today. Give yourself a round of applause for leading this fight for humanity. And make no mistake, that's what this is. This is a war, ladies and gentlemen. Psychological. First and foremost, they try to make you feel like you don't matter. Then they try to make you feel like your rights and freedoms that are paramount to a safe society are not only severity, with increasing control. Because I will not stop. I will be relentless till my last breath to fight for freedom. And I believe in my heart that God is on our side. I believe in my heart that we have already won. So I know that as we travel around the world, we are going to have the support of millions and millions and millions of people, ladies and gentlemen. Now that the evil is so desperate, because we have already won. We've already won. We're free. We're here. We're doing our thing. They're going to do everything they can to scare you, everything they can to make you submit. And now their new #1 tool, because, people aren't really scared of monkeypox, or their fake polio scandemic, and people aren't really lining up for shot number 7. What are they going to do? They're going to do what every tyrant they're going to try to starve you into submission. That's why they're going to deal with the Netherlands first. The Netherlands is the #1 food exporter in all of Europe. And they want to destroy 30% of their agricultural industry. Obviously, it's going to be much harder to wear a mask or you're a grandma killer. So this is how we are going to unite. This is why I chose this time, besides the fact that to do the tour. Because now we have a way to get that silent majority. All the people that took this jab, that don't want people to know, or took the jab and really didn't want to. All the people that are wearing the mask against their will. All the people that have been too afraid to stand up because they're called conspiracy theorists, anti-vaxxers, anti-maskers, or any other derogatory term designed to stop any debate or questioning. Well, now you can join the fight. Because all you want to do is eat. So think about it. their grocery bill that used to be 200-300 pounds a week is now 700 pounds a week. Oh, you're a vicious, far-right extremist anti-foodist? No! There's no more way to demonize people. So this is a way to reach out to all those people. I'm not talking about the people that are on jab number 4 that are still wearing a mask right now, walking around downtown London. They're far gone. You have to realize there's something that you're never going to wake up, something that you're never going to read. I'm talking about those people that confide in you, that they really wish they could take the jab. And I can show you how many people that is. How many people around here didn't take the jab and regret it? Raise your hand. Didn't take the jab and regret it. There you go. If I was in an honest circle and asked how many people took the jab and regret it, there'd be a lot of hands going up. So what does that tell you? Did you make the right choice or did you make the wrong choice? What did you get for taking the jab besides myocarditis, blood clots, paralysis, miscarriage, and possibly for the rest of your life? Oh wait, you got to travel 2 months before the rest of us. That's what you get when you listen to somebody else. You don't get the result you wanted for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You get the result they wanted for you. So stop putting people on a pedestal, whether they call themselves royal or not. Really, is the Queen more important to you than your wife and your daughter? Did your life drastically change the moment you heard of her passing? Did your life drastically change if your child died? Thank you. So who are you ready to fight for? The Queen? King Charles? Or your own family? Your own country? Your own self-determination? We are at a point in human history where we literally have the ability to change and choose outcome where humanity is moving at God. They want us in an actual nightmare. Worse than any novel. 1984 is like a joke compared to what they have planned for us. But we have the power to go the completely other way. We have the power to use light and love that we are used to bring everybody we love through this catastrophe and amplify it and spread it all around the world and convince people to stand up and just say no out of love for their family, for their country, and for their children's future. Every single one of us, no matter which country in the world, no matter if you have a family or not, has a responsibility to lead your country in a situation where the next generation has equal to better opportunity. And I challenge everyone around the globe to hold themselves to that standard. When you just say no, and you do what you want to do, you do what you need to do, you do what we have to do, we won't just be free now and for next generations to come. We can usher in a golden age of humanity where monarchies and governments actually serve the people they are intent on trying to rule. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Thank you, Brandon. I love you all. Thank you.
Marching now. for some reason, guys, my chat has froze. I think I'm going to end the live stream there now, guys. My battery juice is running low, and for some reason I can't see the chat. It's not. The last comment I see is power to the people, rid the planet of these tyrants, psychopaths, scumbags, pieces of shit. That's the last comment that I can see. Yeah, and it's not refreshing. So what I'm going to do is end the live stream, see how long and where they're gonna end the march, and then charge the phone for a bit, quickly have something to eat, and then I'll be back. So thank you to everybody for joining the stream today. Thank you to everybody for interacting on the chat. Thank you to everybody for bashing the like button. If you're new to the channel, or if you haven't yet, please subscribe and support the channel. Let's grow the channel. So thank you to everybody for joining. Thank you to everybody for watching, and I'll be back in the next 2 hours.